Hi guys, welcome to a new video. My name is Ashley and today it is the fifth summer vlog. We have been doing really well with these guys. I've been really enjoying them. I have kind of got my shift back for reading and it's exciting. So I have two books and it seems as if we've got a bit of a theme here where it's like these are the two books that I'm kind of planning to read this week. So the first one I spoke about last time, and it is The Mighty Nine Stories Untold. This is a collection of short stories written from characters and villains that were within the Mighty Nine stories and, well, the Mighty Nine campaign. And it's written by a bunch of authors and I'm very, very excited to read it. I did start this today. I didn't get very far. I will say I cried from the foreword. So it's forwarded by Taliesin Jaffe, who is one of the players. I feel like I should say I know that my obsession with Critical Role is very weird and it's very parasocial, and I know like I go on too much about it, so I do apologize to anyone who gets sick of it. I love it so much, and it's been a consistency through my life for almost coming up to 10 years, and it's just kind of been something that I can always rely on, which is really, really nice. And especially ups and downs of life, it was something that I could, you know, make sure that I had something to keep me going and things like that. So it's something great and I love it. I also love that like now my friends enjoy it as well, so I can share in that, because for a very long time it was just me kind of shouting all of this information at my friend Tasha and her not understanding anything. She does watch the animated series, but still. But I read the foreword and there is a bit where Taliesin is going into how no one expected it to be interesting and how it's brought so much to so many people and how it grew bigger than it is, and I just started sobbing. And yeah, it's also like kind of his conversations about what the Mighty Nine is and what the Mighty Nine became, and how it was a different type of story from Vox Machina and things like that. It was just really interesting to see that take. Mighty Nine are universally the most loved campaign from Critical Role, whether that's because of the characters or what, like the time, because it came out when COVID was happening, so a lot of people had a lot of time to sink investment and time into it. But yeah, so I'm reading this. I'm only a couple of pages into the first story. I'm like 5 pages in, and I'm already really liking it. It's really interesting to see. I'm gonna take my time with this one though, I think, because I was gonna spend all this afternoon, because I was off at work from work this afternoon, so I was like, I'm just going to spend this entire afternoon just flying through this. And then I realized, no, this isn't something that I want to do that with. I want to sit down and I want to read it slowly and I want to enjoy it and I want to consume it in the way that it's not in a way that's just like I sit down, I start it, I finish it. I want to like get into the stories and get into each of them and see that depth of story, and I'm very excited to do that. So I'm just kind of going to take it very slow with this and just pick it up as and when, read a couple of pages, maybe read a short story and then put it back down. But I already know I'm going to love this because it's Critical Role, it's the Mighty Nine. Some of the stories that they're going to put in this, I'm very excited. And then I did read a page of this. I haven't read much of it, but I picked up The Well of Ascension, which is book 2 in the Mistborn trilogy. I have read this and I was in the middle of reading it before because I wanted to read all of the Brandy Sandy books and then I just stopped. I think I put too much pressure on myself, so I have decided to pick this up and just read as much of it as I can, but at my own pace. If I'm not fancying it, I'm not fancying it. If I do fancy it, I do fancy it. It's just going to be do whatever I want to do whatever I can do. If I don't want to do it, it's absolutely fine. There's no issue with that. I also had my MOT today, which anyone who is a car owner knows that's always fun. Thankfully, I got it MOT'd and serviced, and there was a few things that needed fixing. They did manage to get it fixed, and it wasn't as expensive as it could have been, so that's great. It's all sorted. I have all of my car is nice and shiny and good for the foreseeable, which is great. And I only had to have it away from me for like a day, so that was great. But yeah, I'm hoping to read some more tomorrow. I also need to do D&D prep because I realised I have D&D next week, which is absolutely great. Love D&D. It's my game. I have a lot of ideas. I haven't got everything written down. I need to do that so that we can get that started for my game. And that was great because I was like, oh, well, we'll do it for the Tuesday, because if we do the Tuesday, I don't need to do anything. I can do all of my prep on the Monday. Whereas because I'm at down Becca's this weekend, and I was like, because if I'm not, I'm having to do all of the prep over the weekend when I'm at Becca's. And then Becca did the Vox Machina watch along, which is absolutely fine. I absolutely adore it. But now I don't have that day to prep, so I'm having to like kind of sit there and panic prep. And I need to make maps, and the maps are not going as well as I would like. So that's a thing I need to do. What I'm planning to do instead is I'm planning to do my written stuff, all of the written stuff that I can do in any space in time that I can. And then the maps I can figure out at some point. I'll figure that out. That might have to be a Sunday job. But yeah, it's raining for once, which is lovely. I'm really enjoying that the rain's coming here. I'm very sorry to anyone who isn't having that, but we have the pitter patter, so I think I'm gonna put a candle on and pick this up. I've just hit myself in the face with this book. Why do I always do that? Why is it always on camera? You'll never know. But I'm hoping to pick this book up and do a little bit of reading whilst it's raining, and just listen to the pitter patter. I also did some writing today. There was very much, I had time off. I had like time to take, and they were like, hey, just take it whenever. And I was like, I don't have any reason to. So I took it off today. And then my nana booked in my car for today, which is fine. But I was housebound unless I wanted to walk somewhere, or take the bus. And I'm not taking the bus. I'll take the bus when I'm down Becca's, because that's London. But the buses up here aren't the best. And also, it just wastes so much time. So, yeah. From there, I'm going to go and I'm going to shut up. And I'm going to maybe read. Maybe write more. I don't know. We'll see. Hello. It is technically Thursday morning. I did not update you yesterday. I do apologise. By the time I'd finished, I was very tired, and yeah, I read a little bit. I decided to pick up The Well of Ascension. I've read like a good chunk. I'm like 166 pages in. This is a reread, and I'm gonna be honest, I think these vlogs have really helped to reset my reading. I haven't read as much as I could have, but when I've picked it up, I've really enjoyed it. And that's the most important thing. This is the thing that I wanted to do. I wanted to rekindle my love for reading. So the fact that that's kind of coming through is really exciting. Now, I don't think I'm going to get much read this week. I was supposed to have rehearsal on Thursday. However, I am now going to a meal. So I'm going to be out for a meal. I then have to pack. I then have to drive to Becca's on Friday, and then we're busy all weekend, so I don't think I'm going to get very much read this week. But the fact that I'm enjoying what I'm reading, I think, is a big win. I'm also very, very tempted to reread all of the Sarah J Maas books, because that's dropped and we know what's coming, and we now know that there's a lot of stuff to read, or reread in my case. So yeah, I think I'm going to have to go soon because I'm very, very tired. And it is almost midnight. And I have work in the morning. Thankfully, it's not until 10. But I still should go to bed. So I'm going to go. I'll talk to you guys soon. Hi. I have makeup on. My hair is up. It was a little bit prettier earlier, but I had a hair sword in my hair and it kept falling out. And by the time I got home, I was like, no, it needs to go into a low bun. So it's kind of shabby, but the makeup's cute. So that's all that matters. I have not finished reading what I want to finish reading today. I have read a little bit more of The Well of Ascension. However, I have makeup on and I was like, your girl doesn't wear makeup very often. And more often than not, I'm in pyjamas and I look a mess. So I was like, do you know what? The vlog gets to see the makeup. So you get to see the sparkles. I'm thinking it's quite cute. Not the best, but I had to do it very, very quickly whilst I was... I didn't have very long to get ready, so we're doing this. But my cousin got her exam results today and she's done really well, so we're very, very proud of her, and we went out to have a meal to celebrate and it was lovely. It was the food was really, really good. The waiter was cracking all of the jokes. My god, that man. I think he was paid by the joke, if I'm being perfectly honest, because he was cracking on with absolutely everyone. It was really, really funny. He kept on saying to my Nana, so fun story about my Nana. I'm going to stop rambling soon, I promise, but fun story about my Nana. She likes her food burnt. If something is not burnt, it's undercooked. And she always asks for it well done when she's in, she usually gets pizza when we go out. And she'll always ask for it well done. And she turns around, she was like, can I have it burnt? Like, burnt. And he was like, if anyone sees a burnt pizza, they're not going to want to eat here, because why would we eat food from where it's a burnt pizza? And she was like, I appreciate that, but I want it burnt. So he was like, so you want it well done like a steak? So you kept on going, the pizza well done like a steak, and this, that, and the other, and it was quite funny. And then at one point he goes, I just feel bad because like everyone's going to think that we've got burnt pizzas, and you know, this, that, and the other. A man turns around and goes, if you really want me to, I'll eat it under the table. And I'm like, oh my god. I love my Anna pieces, but she's insane. We also had a good chuckle. I feel like I can talk about this. Becky, you can cut this out if you want to, but I think it's funny. So obviously Becca and I are getting married at some point, and we've decided there's a wedding fair that we want to go to in Newcastle when Becca's up, and it's like literally perfect timing. And I was like, hey, we should go. It's like an alternative wedding fair type thing. I was like, we should go, we should have a look around, see if there's anything that we want to do, this, that, and the other. We're not planning to get married anytime soon, but you know, it pays to know. So we've booked the tickets, and I'm telling Anna, and I'm like, oh, we've got a wedding fair booked. And she was like, when? I was like, September. She went, of this year? I went, wedding fair. We are going to a wedding fair. We are not getting married in September. And it was the funniest thing. So I keep telling people because I think it's the funniest thing. And my Nana was like, tell this person and tell that person. So she finds it funny as well. But yeah, we're not getting married. Not just yet. And but she's a funny one. She's daft. But yeah, so we had food. Usually I'd go to rehearsal, but with it being... we were getting food, like our table was for 7:15, just because I had work till 6, and my cousin Anna, who also works, she's not the one who got the exam results, she's the older one. She was working late as well, so we both couldn't go straight away. So we had the table was booked for 7:15, and my rehearsal starts at past. So I was like, I don't think I'm going to be able to go. By the time we got out, it was after 8:30, and we usually go till 9:30. So I was like, I don't think this is a good idea. So I just came home. Actually, I went to Asda first, and now I've come home, and now I've been chatting with you for far too long. So I'm going to go have a quick bath, read some more of my book, I have been listening to the audiobook on Spotify because I've not been using my hours on Spotify, and I was just sitting there and I was like, do you know what? That's something that I could do. I could listen to a few chapters of the audiobook. I will say I'm not loving the audiobook narrator for this one. He's fine. He's just not my favourite. But Well of Ascension, I'm taking a lot more in. I forgot how cute Elend was. Like, Elend is so cute in this book, and I'm really enjoying it. I've only read like a handful of chapters today. But it's better than nothing, and I'm gonna go and have a nice hot bath, scrub this makeup off, and read some more because it's early enough that I can do that. So I'm gonna go just chill. I need to wash my hair, but that might be a tomorrow job now. We're not going to look at the greasiness that is my fringe, because my god, it's looking grim. But that might be a tomorrow job. Get up early enough tomorrow to wash my hair before I head to Becca's tomorrow. Very exciting. I can't wait. But yeah, I'll stop rambling now and I'll let you go. Hi. First off, I'm just going to let you know there is going to be some repeat if you watch both Becca's vlog and my vlog, which I assume that you do, because I don't think anyone watches my vlog like without this one's, which is absolutely fine. I'm not complaining about that. You will see clips from this one's vlog. But I'm at Becca's. I don't know if you could tell by the wall of Funkos.
We had a 2-show day. We went to see Ride the Cyclone,
Which was great.
It was funny, but it was also sad. I love how I went straight to that picture. But this was great. I'm actually really sad that we've gone on the final day.
I have known about this show for a while, and when it came originally to the West End, I was like, oh, I would like to see that. And then we just haven't had time.
Yeah, there's been no time.
And then they did extra shows, and I went, oh, I'd really like to see that. And the only time we could go is like literally the last day.
But we did the matinee because I was thinking, based on like my experience of going to see Six on the final day of like a cast or whatever, I was like, it's gonna be a lot of like friends and family, which I love, but not for my first time seeing a show.
It's also a very cult followed show, so like you're gonna get the super fans.
Yeah, and I feel like there probably was a few that have probably done both shows today.
There was a lot of cosplayers. They looked amazing.
They were great. But yeah, so we went to see that, and then we went and got some food, and then we went to see Avenue Q.
What did you know about Avenue Q, Becca?
I knew it was basically Sesame Street for adults. That was all I knew. And that Dion from Six was in it playing Gary. That was all I knew. It was great.
It was so funny.
It was so funny, and I would 100% go and see this again. It's very much it's not going to be for everyone.
No.
I don't think the two people sat in front of us had a great time. They just seemed really miserable, and that like they weren't having a great time with it.
They sat down. They were already complaining, and when they sat down.
Yeah.
And then one of them had a little pot of sweets, and just for the opening number was just sat with a pot of sweets just like this, and I was like, dude, what are you doing? And then
they hardly laughed.
They didn't clap.
Yeah.
And they clapped at one joke, which I was like, yeah, actually, you're right for clapping at that. And then they clapped at the end. But like, it was so. I'm sat there, I'm dancing, I'm swaying, like very subtly. I'm not going crazy. I promise you, I'm not going crazy. I'm not that type of person.
We were giggling at the jokes.
I was cackling at the jokes at some point.
They were so good. It was so funny, and I'm just like, I feel like maybe they shouldn't have gone to see this show.
It was so good.
I mean, to be fair, we are just assuming that they didn't enjoy it, but maybe they did, and maybe they just don't react. But like,
it was like that guy next to me at Critical Role who literally just sat there.
Yeah, but like, I feel like something like this where there's so many funny bits, how could they not have actually laughed? Not necessarily laugh out loud, but like, you know when you can see someone like silently laughing because their like shoulders are shaking, like none of that at all. They was just sat there. like this, straight face, whole time. I'm just like, anyway, but we had a great time.
We had so much fun.
And Dion's great. Go see it if you get a chance.
I have listened to parts of this soundtrack since about 2007 and never got to go. Which is why I said to Becca when it came up, I was like, we need to go. I need to go. I don't care if you don't want to go. But because Dion was in it, she was like, yes, please. So I drove down yesterday. The traffic was not bad until there was a massive diversion, and then I added 45 minutes onto my journey, which you may be wondering, Ashley, why are you talking about this? You don't usually talk about the driving. But it's important because I read a book. I had a book on 2x speed, and I listened to all but the last half hour of it. So I finished that today, and it was the sequel to the second book in the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. This one was a lot better than the first one. I give the first one 3 stars. I don't know if I've ever talked about Dungeon Crawler Carl on my vlog.
You did.
I did.
Yeah.
There's a few things in the first one that felt very icky to me. In the second one, they're not in it as much, and actually it feels a lot better. So I gave this one 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. I think I enjoyed it in the sense of it got me through the drive very easily. I was entertained the entire time. And it was just fun. I will also say the narrator for Dungeon Crawler Carl is actually exceptional. Like, every single voice in that series is completely different. Like, he goes from being Princess Donut to being Carl, and Carl sounds like Kronk. And Princess Donut is like, oh, I did it, and she sounds spectacular. We love Princess Donut, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, so I read that. Did I read any more of Mistborn? No, I did not. Will I? Yes, I'm going to try and finish it by next week, because I'll have one more vlog.
Yes.
And then you get a little bit of a break for me not doing weekly vlogs.
It's okay.
I appreciate you. But yeah, I have finished another book, which is great. Have I only finished one this week? I feel as if I've only finished one this week.
Maybe.
It's fine. It's not, again, this is not a race. I think I'm well on my way to getting the 3,000 pages. And again, that wasn't a hard and fast rule. But yeah, it felt really weird this time coming to yours, because usually I have my knitting.
Yeah.
I have 3 books, because I'm always like, well, what if I finish one? I need this. But then I only brought 1 book, and I'll give you the reason why I only brought 1 book. I am that far. I've only read this much.
I think even if you had the audiobook for that, you would not have got through that whole book this weekend.
No, because we had plans.
We
So
did have plans. As you would have seen.
yeah. But yeah, so I have read. I don't think I'm going to be doing another vlog clip.
That's fair.
Because let's be honest, I'm going to be driving most of tomorrow. It's like a 5-hour drive.
I'll be editing whilst you're driving.
Yeah, so I might as well just finish this now. Yeah, last vlog next week, guys. I'm really enjoying it so far.
It doesn't feel like it's been 5 weeks.
Yeah.
But this is the 5th one.
This is the 5th one. It's the 6th one next week.
Yeah.
It has. I genuinely think it's really helped me to get back into reading. I don't know if you've noticed.
Yeah. You seem to actually be enjoying reading it again.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah. I do think I will still do reading vlogs and pushing myself to read certain things and having themed reading vlogs, but I think I'm gonna do like more, if I do themed reading vlogs, it might not be like read all of them in this on genre or read lots of box books, because I think that's what's really gotten me down about it.
You're forcing yourself to read books you're not necessarily in the mood for.
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna try and read a little bit more. I may not upload the last book vlog next Monday, because I feel like because it's a bank holiday Monday,
You could get some reading
I
done.
could get some reading done, and I've got
Yeah.
nothing to do, and then it goes into September, which works perfectly for like the back to school type vibe. So I think you're gonna get a bit of an extra one there next week, because I don't think, I'm singing, and I'm potentially going to a reading, a author event, potentially, probably not. But yeah, I'm gonna shut up now because I've been talking a lot. I'm sorry.
It's
We're gonna
okay.
go because we have food.
We do have food.
But yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye guys.